I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans. Welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by, of course, the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through these Sunday, June the 17th races, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that'll be coming. A busy day. 7 races on tap. We do have a good feature race, the Johnny Longden 6000 for older horses. Older colts and geldings going on the 16th.
Long. Get to go long.
That's changes things.
It does. It does. It makes it a lot more interesting. And, yeah, some interesting speed horses in there, some closers. We will touch on that a little bit later. 7 races. Good full fields today, too. Good field size today.
Yeah, we had some 11 horses.
Yeah.
It was a good card.
You know how hard that makes our job?
I know. We got to really work. It's brutal.
5-horse fields. Can't go wrong. First on tap is a $25,000 claimant event for 3-year-olds and up. Going 6.5 furlongs. Field of 7 in here. A lot of horses dropping out of allowance type races. I went to one of them. I went to Mighty Mick, Rennie Lumsden's horse on the outside here. A good race against Next Otis and Ezekiel. Give me some slack. Only got beat 3 lengths. Followed that up with an even better race. Only got beat a length and 3/4. Only beat a length and a quarter by European, who ran second last time behind Optic. European will be a heavy favorite in here, in for 25. Mighty Mick, I think, is tough. I like his post. He's on the outside. Shouldn't get in too much trouble. Mighty Mick, for me, on top of Appellant, who last time was in for a price, won by about a country mile, won by 11 3/4. Faded badly in his last try and allowance race, but he's in good hands. Aaron Greider, Glenn Todd, I could see him rebound with a much better effort today, back in for 25. Put him in second, and I threw in Mel Snow's horse, Smart Deal. He was in that same race, that Optic European Mighty Mick race, only got beat a length by Mighty Mick. Those are the 3 I went with. You can make a case for about everybody in here. I went 7-3-6.
Yeah, I'm going to try a kind of an odd one in here. The 5-horse Chilcotin Hill. We've kind of been impressed with this horse last season, especially when he broke his maiden at the end of the year. He got a nice 65 buyer, which is, I'm not a big buyer person, but I mean, it beats anyone that, no one has a 65 buyer in this race. He went 17-3, ran a big race. Didn't beat a tough field, but he won very easily. He came out this spring, ran against Boundary Bay and European, got caught in between horses and wasn't, you know, it's his first race of the year. Then they ran him back in a week in the slop, and he hated that. That was against older horses. And last time he was routing, once again, against older horses. Sunset Drive, Spring in Alberta. Those are miles better horses than what he's facing today. And I just think getting back in against 3-year-olds. Look at his work going into that mile and 16th race. 127-3. That's a big 7-8. That's a good move for on our track. And I thought he was an interesting horse that could get a trip sitting on the outside of the 3 Appellant or the 2 Titus Command, and maybe be a force. I just think he might be a good 10-1 play. Anyway, I agree with the 7-horse Mighty Mick. He's the horse to beat. Was out there, got crushed on the pace first time out. Not usually out there on the lead, and he was, but still he hung in tough. Then he came up from off the pace, which is what he's better suited to do, and he ran a good third, as you mentioned, behind Optic and European. He's live. He'll be your favorite, and he's definitely the one to beat. And I put the 3 Appellant, who might be another co-favorite, in for third. He's in a better spot down for 25,000. It could be the inside speed. We'll see. But I went 5. I had tried Chilcotin Hill 5-7-3 in the Sunday opener. On to race number 2, a good $25,000 older horse claimer here, going 6.5 furlongs. The one Corky's Luck's been pretty much money anytime he's in at this level, and he won. Hasn't been seen since his victory on April 29th in the slot, but he beat All Under Control and Twist Grips in a good time, and you know he did have the benefit of winter racing, which is a plus. But he's come back to work well, and I just think he's the best horse in here. And I put the 5.
Super consistent.
He is. You can't go wrong with Corky's Luck. He just runs good races. I put the 5 Dashing Dawn in for second. He just missed to hold the Giant, who was dropping out of a stake, and of course the Streaking Colterberry ran third. He came back to win in it. So I just think Dashing Dawn is live as well. And I put Silvertown on the class drop in for third. It's been a while since he's run a really good race and won a race. Got to go back to last June, almost a year to the day that he's won a race. But he just was not on the right part of the racetrack last time. Blue Law is a nice horse. Unfortunately, got injured, and that's why he's not racing in the Johnny Longden today. But Silvertown's better than his form shows, and he's worth a look in here. I went 1, 5, and 4.
I got the same horse as you. I did put Dash and Dawn on top.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because of Colterberry, right? Colterberry come back and went for 35,000 last time at 25. Dash and Dawn as you mentioned, got tough by Hold the Giant, who's a pretty nice horse out of the Craig McPherson barn. No Hold the Giant in here. I think Dash and Dawn wins it. I got Silvertown. I know Dino was really disappointed in his race last one at George Royal. They expected a big race out of him. That first race this year made a nice move to get within two of Straight Remark and Crackdown. Straight Remark and Crackdown were on the lead. They just went around there.
Right, it was a slow pace.
Never came back, but Silvertown did a good job to run third to them, and kind of a disappointing race last time in the George Royal. That's why he's in today for 25, and I could see him firing a big shot in here. Silvertown second, I agree. Corky's Luck, ultra consistent. 7 wins, 10 seconds out of just 33 starts. He always shows up. Bankable horse. I went 5, 4, and 1. Same horse as Mike, just in a little different order. On to the third, Maiden 4,000 for 3-up Colts and Geldings, going 6.5 furlongs. I took your angle here, Mike.
Okay.
I went with the 4-year-olds.
Yep. It's always right.
Yeah, mostly 3-year-olds in
anyway.
here. So I went to the 4-year-olds. They're facing mostly 3-year-olds. I went to Classic Victory. Those races running last year, second to PS Attaboy, getting beat by Humphrey Ladd, Remember Me Softly, getting 40, 37, 44 buyer last time. That towers over anything that's been running here. There are some first-time starters, but the horse has been running. If he can run back one of those races, I think Classic Victory should be very tough in here under David Lopez. I put King Blue, the other 4-year-old. He's got an out this year, ran third. That was the day the Texas Kid just ran off him. Won by 9, so he only got beat a neck for second by his stablemate. Darren got 20, but he's got that race under him, and I could see him moving forward off that. Good to see Dennis Arrojo take over the reins for Rob Maben. Got King Blue in second. I threw in Transplant. Anytime Glenn Todd as a first-time starter in for 4, you got to kind of keep your eyes on it. Scott Williams rides. I went 8, 10, 11.
Yeah, I agree. He hates the horse to beat. Classic Victory. I mean, you're bang on. This horse had, races that are better than anyone that's raced. His races are the best, and his work tab's been good. 116, 114, 102. Those are excellent works for Mike Anderson, and this horse is definitely live with David Lopez on it. But I did go to the 2 Chemiluminescence.
That's the reason I didn't take that horse. I can't pronounce the name.
Chemiluminescence, and I believe it's the stuff that's inside a glow stick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or whatever. It's something like, I don't know. I just was told that's a racetrack fact. That doesn't mean it's true. But racetrack facts are, a little shaky. But Chemiluminescence comes from a good barn. Works a couple of 101 and change moves for the James Reddekopp-owned runner, son of Eddington. And this horse has got a good string of works and not facing a tough field. I did put Classic Victory in for second, and who did I put in for third? I believe I put in Blame It on the Whiskey.
Blame It on the Whiskey, Joey Rawson's horse,
Yes, another firster, 4-year-old by Whiskey Wisdom. Some of the Whiskey Wisdoms are late developers, and obviously this one is. But still, nice works, 101 and 4, 102. Leary seats around rides, and once again, another one not making it. It's a wide open race. King Blue can win your right. Transplant. This Desi has a Storm Rocket I left out. He's had some good races, but running back in a week again. I went 2, 8, and 11.
Could be an all-button race.
Chemiluminescence. On to the 4th race. $4,000 claimers going a mile and a 16th. I ended up on the 9 Devil in Disguise. I thought made a good run last time. Just got beat by a pretty good horse in Fleming's Beach. And was out there fighting, was close to a hot pace, made the lead, and he did a lot of running for a horse that I thought he ran really well, and he's had 3 good races this year. He's sitting on a win. Put the 7-horse Talkage Charm in for second. I see a lot. I stayed away from all the speed horses. Feel No Shame, Salzburg, Pfeiffer, Cedarburg. Those are all the pace horses. I think those are the ones I stayed away from, and I just went to the closers, Devil in Disguise, Talkage Charm, and Killarney Kid, who goes back to the Terranigo barn. Goes without blinkers. The horses had blinkers this spring, and his best races, or better races, have been without the blinkers. So perhaps that could be a move that might get him a little better placing, because he has been very ordinary so far this spring. But I went 9, 7, and 6 in race number 4.
I agree. I've picked Devil in Disguise. How many times have I run this year? 3 times. I picked him every time. I got to be right one of these times.
I think you're going to be right.
Today, it could be his day for this 9-year-old son of Smarty Jones. Devil in Disguise on top for the reasons you mentioned. I put Pfeiffer in. I know.
Yep, I like the horse. Speed, I just worried about the pace.
But in for 4,000, he ran just behind Devil in Disguise last time, and he's a horse that you have to have in your multi-race
I wouldn't leave him
tickets
out.
with
I agree.
with Scott Williams in the Irish. Pfeiffer in second. I put Killarney Kid, another one you touched on out of the Terry Nigel barn. She actually did well with this horse when she had him last year. Played him for 62.5. Ran him in the HPBA Championship race. Only got beat 4 lengths behind Power Corrupt.
Yeah, no, those are way better horses.
Sunset Drive. We Found Gold. Then for 12.5, only beaten a couple lengths behind Heart Set. We Found Gold. Santa Fe Trail. She did well with them. Started out this year with the Jim Brown Bard. She claimed him back. Killarney Kid could turn around. Like I say, I like the move.
Could
with
be the blinkers.
off
The blinkers
too.
off. Yeah, it could be.
That could make a difference with him.
Yeah.
I went 9, 3, and 6 in the fourth. On to the fifth. Maiden special weight, going 6.5 furlongs. This is my best bet of the weekend. Appalachie Bay. Phil Hall could have ran this horse in the maiden 50 on Saturday, going a mile 16th because he went a mile 16th last time in that 6.5 race. He was out there.
He was out there. Like
Man.
He was just 4 wide, though, 5 wide, 4 wide. He did go.
It wasn't Amadeo's fault. He
long.
broke from the 11 hole.
No, he just got hung out.
And he got hung out bad, and he was like 5, 6 wide in the first turn, really wide in the second turn. Still only got beat a length and a quarter, which is quite an effort from this horse. Appalachie Bay with any kind of a trip has to win this race. I got him on top. Interesting first time start of the Glen Todd barn. Got my Mo, a 4-year-old making his first start. 4-year-old son of Uncle Mo that he bought at Keeneland a few years ago. Been working well. Like that last work in 1 minute 1/5. There's 1 minute and 4 out of the gate. Looks like there's something there, and Glen Todd has nice horses. This could be one of them. Aaron Grider rides. 7 and second. I threw El Noble out of your barn, Milton Palmer barn.
My man, Milton.
Good effort last time. Just got beat a half length by Day Raider and Panhandle.
He ran good.
He ran really good. Did all the heavy lifting, was up pressing the pace. They went in 22 and 1, 45 and 3. Only got beat a half length. He's sitting on a big one. 4, 7, and 10 for me.
Yeah, I agree. Appalachie Bay is going to be very tough to beat in here. Just a dreadful trip in his first run at Hastings. He's come back to work well. He is your horse to beat. Probably going to be like 4 to 5 or even money, but he looks like a pretty good single. I put the 8-horse Spokane's Gem in for second. I thought an encouraging debut. I know it was just against Maiden 25 Granders. You know, it was a slowish race, Mustachio and Chef, but he's come back to work well, and I thought he had some speed and might be sitting on outside of Appalachie Bay and get a nice 2-wide trip and maybe drag along for the exactor. And I put the 2-horse Fireman in for third. He had a little bit of trouble in the stretch. He ran a way better race second time out. Was only beaten a couple lengths by Day Raider, Panhandle, and El Noble, and I thought he was worth a look. And he's come back to work. A black letter there, 48 flat as well. I went 4, 8, and 2, but I think it's a 4, and then there's like a lot of horses. The chances are El Noble. The Glen Todd Firster, Bellatrix City will improve. There's just a lot of horses in behind Appalachie Bay, but he looks like he's quite a bit the best. Okay, our feature race in race number 6 is the Johnny Longdon 6000, of course named after the Hall of Fame rider that did get his 6,000th victory on Prince Scorpion here in August of 1965.
What was the weather like that?
It was the P&E. The P&E was on. It was beautiful. I was 4 years old. Johnny Longdon's, of course, has always had this race named in his honor. He got his 6,000th victory right here at Hastings. Of course, his last one was aboard George Royal in the San Juan Capistrano a little later on the next year. Didn't win many races between August and the next. The San Juan was in March of the or April of the next year. But a mile 16th is the trip. Highway Boss looks like the horse for me. He's actually ran much better. Actually, both his sprints. It's really deceiving the first race. It didn't look like he ran well, but it was an 11-horse field. He got caught up in some traffic and was wide and ended up 6, beaten less than 6 lengths. But second time out, ran low. You know, his race appears to be a little better on paper, but for my money, they were both the same. They were both very good, and it's just a little less traffic last time, and it resulted in a 4th-place finish. He wants to route. This horse is way better going along. He's going to get a pace. Drillers in here, modern, quick and silver. There's pace in here. Highway Boss is the horse to beat. Put the 7-horse Calgary Caper in for second. I always respect this horse. He's a cool horse. I know he just won for 35, but he badly needed a win. He didn't win a race last year. He had 1 second, 1 third, and 8 trips to the post. He got a win. And when he got a win 2 years ago, he piled a bunch of wins together, won some good races in it, became a stake horse again. So, and actually, Kim and Lance are coming out this weekend. It'll be great to see them. Another Hall of Famer, Lance Giesbrecht, and Kim Peacock.
Kim's a Hall of Famer.
And she's a Hall of Famer in our.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. We love Kim. But they're coming out to watch Calgary Caper, which is cool. And he's, I think, a big threat to Highway Boss. And I put the 3 modern. I got to give the 8-year-old still a chance to win it. He's still a classy dude. Maybe he's lost a half a step, but still, he's better than most of these, and I put him in for third. I went 1-7-3.
I got the same horses. I did go with Calgary Caper.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Exactly what you mentioned. He was our top older horse a couple years ago, went winless last year, battling in stakes throughout the meet. This year they get aggressive with him right off the hopper. They know.
It's amazing. You think horses don't know
He's got to get some
confident?
confidence. Exactly.
You're wrong. Like, they get confidence when they win a race. It's amazing how they just
go,
climb the ladder, and when
what
they lose 6 in a row, it's amazing how deflated they get, and they can't win for 20 grand.
No matter where
like a
you're
horse like Calgary Caper, if you lose like 6 in a row, he wouldn't win for 20.
He's not going to win.
The try level just goes down.
But now I love the move. He goes down, he gets a win, gets some confidence, and gets going the right way again. And as you touched on, there's going to be a pace in here. Like, there's absolutely going to be a pace. Modern has to go. He's got to go. Driller's going to press him. Quick and Silver's going to go. There is going to be pace on here. I know a lot of times we say, "Oh, there's going to be a pace," and they go in 24 or something like that.
There won't be any 24.
That is not going to happen in here. There's going to be something to run at. That's why I like Calgary Caper and Highway Boss. It's a coin toss for me. I mean, we got the same top two horses. It could go either way. But I love that move. Calgary Caper going down, getting a win, and getting over the humping and going the right way again. Calgary Caper over Highway Boss, absolutely the horse to beat. That race last time, we went back and watched it again today, actually. It says he was 8th by 6 lengths. He was 8 by like 11. He was a ways back. Big move, only got beat by 3. Gets to go long. Aaron Grider on the board. He's super live. Highway Boss. And I agree, Modern, of the speed horses, Modern's the warrior in here. And I could see him putting everybody else away, like he did last time. But everybody else away, fought on, and got caught late. And I could envision that happening again today. Same horse as Mike, but I switched the top two. 7, 1, and 3 for me in the John London. On to the nightcap. There we go. 4 and on 2 for fillies and mares. 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 5, Carol's Command out of the Pat Jarvis barn. Runner-up last time behind Gold Girl. Gold Girl ran a big race that day. Nobody was going to beat her. Carol's Command was clear of the third horse, Proudly Noticed. That was her first start of the year. If she runs that race back or progresses a little bit forward off of that, Carol's Command's going to be tough. I got her on top of 7 chances. Coming out of that tough 3-year-old filly 12-5 race with Camus Reserve, a Notice. That was a pretty live feat. In her for 4 and on 2. She suits the condition well. For Steve Henson, Scott Williams, 7 chances in the second spot. And I threw in Aspired for trainer Robbie Anderson. Claimed this one off Anita Bolton. 2 starts ago, she broke her maiden for 4 for fun. 1 by 4. Went up into that 8 and on 3 with Don't Tell Judy, Kodiak Rose, Where's My Jenny. Pretty tough one. Just really didn't fire that day. Kind of ran flat. And now back in for 4. Second time Robbie's got this filly. Enrique Gonzalez gets the call. I could see her being much more dangerous, and she's going to be a price. 5, 7, and 2 for me.
I agree with the 5, Carol's Command. This horse, I think, is one of the better bets of the day. A good runner-up effort in her first start of the year. A Gold Girl had raced, Proudly Noticed, who she beat for third, or for second. Had races under her belt. Carol's Command was just her first start of the year, and she's not facing a really tough group. I put the 7 chances in for second. She was scratched on post parade that day, and it's. So you're dealing with a filly that's had to come back and work in 49, and she might have a couple little issues, but I still think the horse is quality enough to win the race. But still, you have to worry because the horse was scratched on post parade. And I put the 9, Swagger Cat, who's going to go without blinkers for Milton Palma, my man. I got to take Milton to close out the day. Got to get him on the board, and. His first 2 races in May were very good. His last one was not, but they're going to try him without the blinkers. But I didn't. Future Games, Alder Glory, Aspired, Rosie's Up. They all look the same. That's it. They all kind of look the same to me. And I went 5. I like the 5. 5, 7, and 9 in the Sunday finale. And that'll do it for our analysis of the June the 17th races. Next up on screen will be a quick recap. Here we go. Back in race number 1, I went to the 5. Chilcotin Hill. Going to call for Randy Hudson to maybe kick the day off with a nice big long shot. 5, 7, and 3. Race number 2, I went to the 1, Corky's Luck. 1, 5, and 4. Race number 3, I went to the 2, Chemoluminescence over the 8, Classic Victory, and the 5, Blame It on the Whiskey. Race number 4, I went to the 9, Devil in Disguise. Going to go 9, 7, and 6. Race number 5, I went to the 4, Appalachie Bay. Going to go 4, 8, 2. Race number 6, I went to the 1, Highway Boss. Going to go 1, 7, and 3 in the Johnny Longdon 6000. Good race, though. And the 7th and final, another one of my keys, perhaps, is the 5, Carol's Command. I'm going to go 5, 7, and 9.
On to my picks, there we go. Back in the first, I went to the 7, Mighty Mick over the 3 and the 6. In the second, I went to the 5, Dashing Dawn over the 4 and the 1. In the third, number 8, Classic Victory over the 10 and the 11. In the fourth, I agree with Mike on the old horse, number 9, the 9-year-old Devil in Disguise over the 3 and the 6. In the fifth, best bet of the day for me, number 4, Appalachie Bay over the 7 and the 10. In the sixth, the John Longden. I went to the 7, tough old horse, Calgary Caper over the 1, Highway Boss, and the 3, Modern. And the nightcap, I agree with Mike on number 5, Carol's Command. I put it over the 7 and the 2.
All right, that'll do it. Glad everyone who joined us on Handicapper's Corner. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Our next live cards will be next Saturday, June the 23rd, next Sunday, June the 24th, both days at 1:50. Please do try and come out to Hastings. If you can't, Derby Bar and Grill. We always got room here. Got lots of screens, lots of food specials. A great place to watch.
Always a great place.
The races. It is. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do